the test of you as to how you handle it. But here we go, knife round, Menace. It's all yours.
Oh, but I heard you love the knife round so much.
Yeah. You heard.
Why don't you bless us with your knife round commentary?
All right. I will. I'll do it in like a strong Scottish accent now. Here we go. The Anexis side, who have absolutely dominated city streets beyond, I think, what anyone was expecting for them to do. Now looking to dominate a knife round as they make their way through. We're at 2 frags apiece in the knife round, with the LowLandLions side dancing around like headless chickens. And those headless chickens know how to knife, as LowLandLions pick it up. There you go.
Now, hopefully it's not only the knife round that LowLandLions win like that, and that they actually bring some of that through into their gameplay. Because, I mean, they have got the opportunity to take it here, and they just need to actually prove it now. Anexis did say they were a little bit nervous moving into this one, especially on strike against LowLandLions. And I mean, by all means, you have every right to be scared of it. I mean, the teams like H2K and TCM that, I mean, have this MP_strike strat. Like, it is literally drilled into their heads. They all know how to play it so well, and it makes up a lot of the LowLandLions team. So definitely we're going to be seeing some of the old strats coming through for these guys. We're going to be seeing the split and picks coming out, where you have like 3 players going A, 2 B, that kind of thing, trying to cause the distraction on the B side while pushing the A bomb side. The full-on A rushes we see, you know, the slower B pushes. So we'll be able to pick up a little bit, you know, how these guys actually do it. And next, on the other hand, very curious to see their reply. Are they going to stick with this, you know, their slower strat that they have? Are they going to be a little bit more aggressive? Are they going to try and pick up the players wherever they can?
You know, from perspective on this map, I always enjoyed, and you have to forgive me because I will admit, out of touch, speed. The moment you slowed it down was the moment you made yourself vulnerable. Unless you had a sniper that was always going to back you up. The moment you slowed it down, you made yourself vulnerable. So speed can win the day on this map. Open up a bomb site and just take control of it.
Definitely no. We should be having a ready up any second here. Froz, Kojay, Future, come on. F key, there we go. Jumping into this one. Gonna take it away. See if we can get these scopes in action right from the start. Let's actually go with Honor. Took it away with Stormy last map. Let's see if he can get any of those opening frags. He's going to be going towards this B side. See if he can jump over that wall, find a frag. He's going for it, doing the run-up, spots absolutely nothing. And we'll be falling back as such. We do see Boko starting us off here with a nade onto Mama. Mama replying though with the nade. So SMG onto SMG, but neither with an actual SMG. Which is going to be pushing over through this B side. He's going to be the one trying to cause that distraction, try and catch off any players rotating back towards that A side. And as you can see, he is a little bit on edge, having 2 spots to cover. He's got to be very careful about how he plays it. Zycox sitting in this cafe area. Won't find much action as most of LowLandLions push towards that mid street. Kojay falling back once again. He's waiting for the rest of his team to make a move before he pounces and pretty much traps anyone that steps out of place. Throws down his smoke too. He's got to play just behind the wall. If you could just find a single frag here. Gonna leave it to it though. Honor taking out Zycox over on that A side in that cafe area. Froz pushing forward. We do have LowLandLions slowly making their way into this A side, although they have got all 4 players with them. We see Future landing the headshot there onto Froz. Stormy's gonna try and cover that cross of anyone going towards that bomb site. Can he connect with anything though? Is the big question. The smoke goes up for the LowLandLions side. They're going to be crossing over towards this bomb site. KZ Star takes out Chibi. Kojay with a reply onto Future. And that A bomb site has finally opened up. It's a 2-on-2. And both the Anexis players have huddled together, trying to support each other as they move in to try and retake this bomb site. Bomb should be going down any second there. We do see the bomb going down by Ono. He's being a little bit careful. He hears a play off to his right. He's moving off that bomb site. Kojay takes out KZ Star. Stormy deagles down. Ono pulls up the AK. But Kojay quickly there with that SMG lands the headshot. Shuts Stormy down. And it's going to be first round to LowLandLions.
Great stuff for LowLandLions. All forgotten about that last map now. Suddenly the confidence is back. The adrenaline's pumping. And the beat is ready to rock. As the LowLandLions side now are going to try and follow that up. Grenades past one another and land onto a player apiece as Mama and Future go down. Zycox and Froz will then exchange frags as Koz and Zycox actually go down. So we're at 3 versus 3 after just a minute played, and I think I said I love speed. Well, this round is going a mile a minute as the Lowland Lions side take pause for air as Bocco will dive behind that statue at A. He's got one coming from the cafe. The player just outside the main gate. So definitely at the moment looks like an A focus, but Stormy has pushed up and he's actually locked one player down. I'm just trying to work out who that is. It's Frost that he's locked down, and Tubi's trying to help him out. And until they can take care of Stormy, they're a little bit worried about going anywhere. Tubi now beginning to make his way through dips, past it, and now goes looking for Stormy. Oh, but he misses everything, and he only had a hat to hit, really. Frost avenges the death of Tubi, and Stormy is down. Now KZ Star opens up onto the man in the cafe. It was Ono before I could get it out. He was dead, and Anexis are 2 men to the good up. Froz, last man standing, wanders into the bomb site any second now. He finds himself the first frag. Can he open up with the second one? This would be excellent from Froz. He spotted him dropping down, continues to go for it and finishes off with a headshot. Sensational stuff in the final. That is absolutely sick.
With only 25 seconds left on the clock, you don't have the bomb anywhere near, and there's 2 players alive. You go, balls to the wall, let's just do it. And, you know, that's just incredible stuff. When you know, back a dog into a corner is going to be biting back. And Froz playing that one superbly. Although watching Stormy trying to catch this, catch some of these players moving over towards this B side. He does catch Mama off guard. And we'll see a lot of the other Lowland Line players still waiting back towards that flower side. We have got Koje. Pretty much the only one that's pushed up very far for his team, of course, is Co-SMG. Bummer had dropped pushing up towards that B side, so he is now the tip of the spear for his team, and he's got to do some damage. He is taking it slow, allowing his teammates to get into a better position for some cover, and also just making sure every now and then that he's not overexposing himself. He has spotted Zycox towards this cafe side, does take him out. There's another one behind the statue. Can he find that frag? And again, we just see him taking it slow. Lets out a nade. Future taking out Froz. Koje catching. Oh, Future off guard, but Future quickly turning around, shutting him down. Ono onto KZ Star. Once again, we have a 2v2. Tubi and Ono versus Stormy and Future. Tubi with a nice little jump shot there. Takes out Future, finishes them off. Now Stormy is your last man standing. And I may oversay this line a bit, but if anyone can do it right now, he definitely can. He is in a good position. He knows where both the players are. He's got his deagle out with him, has spotted one. He's going to be pulling out his scope. Or is he? He's looking to his deagle at the moment, and it seems he's preferring that close range weaponry. And he does spot the player, but he takes the shot, and it doesn't connect. Oh, he pulls out his deagle, but it was a definite mistake. You can't shoot under that dustbin. And Chibi takes out Stormy to bring it to 3-0, and Lowland Lions right about now really showing that they are the king of the jungle.
I'll get you singing that in a minute. I had Jim Carrey sing. Well, I didn't have Jim Carrey sing. I had the Jim Carrey version of it. I think that should be the Menace version of In the Jungle later on, if Lowland Lions win. As Bocco picks himself up the frag onto Ono there. Tubi's gone down as well as Zycox come through, and the Anexis boys are saying, "Don't get too cocky, lads. We're not done just yet." Cos says, "Actually, maybe you are." Mama and Bocco go exchanging frags. They open a clip into one another, and neither of them lands it before Froz finally puts Bocco down. But someone darting around like a whack-a-mole in the cafe area there is under fire from Future. I think it was Froz, and yeah, must have been. And he now has darted back. He and Cos have made their way out onto that main road. Froz has the bomb. But Cos is under fire and picked off by Zycox in the head. And that leaves just one player left standing. Froz is going to have to go very, very big at this moment in time. Here's KZ Star, Future. Oh, and he opens up onto Zycox, so he's only got the 2 to go now. They know exactly where he is as he then fires over towards the right of that sniper house, but there's nothing there for him. He gets down on the road. He's got 1 at A, 1 at B, and he is gambling over towards B with 24 seconds left to go. If he picks up the frag, he can make the plant, but he's going to have to be quick about it. He doesn't have time to dawdle, and he is picked off as he looks to the left by KZ Star. 3-1, and Anexis pick up an important round.
Definitely, you know, the first round, just to get that little momentum going, you know, get the team spirits back up. But just interestingly enough, at the scoreboard, everyone is either on 6, 2, 4, or 3 kills, which is, you know, a very small kind of spread-ish number, as they all seem to be getting their teammates. You do see Stormy once again overexposing himself as he stands on that balcony area trying to overlook everything on B. Zykox being picked off and Boko taking out Chibi in exchange from either side as Ono takes out Boko. Stormy's sitting on this B side all alone, and all he has with him is his Golden Deagle and Scope. And see if he can do something here, but no. Froz. Incredible AK work as he picks off Stormy, and he takes a second one as he picks off Future, ending it off there with a massive smile on his face. And that's going to take his team to 4-1, putting them 3 rounds in the lead now.
Yeah, 3 rounds back in the lead for LowLandLions as they rebuild that cushion of death and destruction. A comfortable cushion, really. As I'm on board with Boko as he's gone racing down the right past the bins and is picked off by Froz. That race was either going to work and he was going to look like Usain Bolt, or he was going to look like Usain Bolt in a without a leg. As Uno stands firm, takes a bit of damage. Chubi picks himself up the frag onto Stormy. Side down 2 men here, and the LowLandLions side benefiting from just being together at this moment in time. They've worked really well to meander Kozji in towards that B bomb site. He's actually been picked off by KZ Star, but Future has gone down at the hands of Mama. Zykox, Mama right between the scopes, and somehow managed to not pick up that frag. Mara and Chubi are over in that site, and that was a brilliant little push from LowLandLions. They had 2 going down, in fact 3 going down the right, and 2 coming in from the A bomb site, and it just worked to perfection. It was just a solid you shall not pass push.
5-1 scoreline. I might be a little bit wrong, might be a little bit of deja vu. I swear this is a replica of what we had on City Streets. But LowLandLions this time just really showing it up and really coming up big for themselves as they're now 4 rounds into the lead. The Nexus need to start holding off this push. LowLandLions the man down, but it doesn't seem to deter them as they keep pushing into this A side. Chibi's moving forward with his Deagle, running up the most powerful weapon when you've got 4 Nexus players literally wrapped around you. One just to his right takes out Stormy, leans around the corner, he sees one on the wall. He's not going to be laying down any more shots there, and spots one on that single palm area. He's spotted 2 players, he's got a third off just to his left, and he auto climbs onto the sandbags, my word, and he auto climbs again and somehow survives, then pushes forward, and then finally picked off there by Future. I have no idea how he survived that one. Boko now pushing forward, takes out Koje, but LowLandLions have moved all the way to that B side, and while Boko and his teammate were just making sure A is clear, the bomb was being set up on that B site. Now they have to try and pull this one back. We just see Future moving forward, making loads of noise. He's got to be careful. Smoke goes out on top of the bomb site, but Ono pushes down with his Deagle, takes out Future. It's all onto Boko for his team. Oh, he sprays through the smoke, lands the shot there onto Ono, although it's planted out in the open, and he knows about it. And there is Froz sitting and waiting for Boko to make the move, and it's going to fall right into his hands, and it's going to take LowLandLions to 6-1 and make a Nexus realize that they're a little bit behind and need a tactical timeout. Yeah,
that was a do or die moment there for Boko, and Frost was just waiting to say it's die as Boko picked his head out and was shut down. And you know, from a LowLandLions perspective, they're on absolute cruise control at this moment in time. 6-1, flying along here on strike. I mean, you saw it coming, Menace. But why? Why are LowLandLions so much more superior than Anexis on this map?
You know, I want the common wants to say experience, but I think it's because they had, you know, a lot of those guys have really been in the top teams, really spread out. I mean, we have guys from LowLandLions, from Fnatic, we have guys from TCM in there too, and I think the collaboration of all those different tactics coming together to really, you know, kind of mold that perfect strike tactic that they have. Whereas the Nexus, I mean, they've been together for so long, have only really had themselves, and I don't think they've nailed down that strike tactic perfectly just yet. They can get there, they probably will get there, knowing them. But at the moment, it's just, you know, LowLandLions just really feel comfortable for playing this map.
And it was me not readying up. History repeats itself up many times. Menace and Tosspot, it's the Corsair Vengeance Cup final as LowLandLions find themselves 6-1 in the lead on map 2 after a Nexus picked up City Street. Can LowLandLions close this one out? As we go with Zykox looking over towards the cafe, there's nothing there for him. Let's switch over to, I'm following Tubi as the bomb. Stormy with a sniper frag onto Mama there. And now, Tubi looking in towards that A site. There's nothing. He can hear the shots, and he knows that there's players in there, but he can't see anyone over at A. And now he opens fire, takes a shot from the right, decides enough's enough. So we're down to 4 versus 4. KZ Star with an opportunity to open up the fragging on that B-bomb site, but nothing doing for him as Ono has gone down. And LowLandLions find themselves a man down, and this is exactly what Anexis need, as somehow Anexis just that KZ Star finds the frag, Tubi opens up, and Bocco does eventually shut him down, but Bocco watched 2 players walk in that front door, and if they go in and plant the bomb, they'll have only himself to blame. Fortunately, Frost has got no health, and so Bocco will not be under blame because KZ Star has knifed him, and that is exactly what you need after a timeout.
Definitely, just recollecting all their thoughts, putting it back down as it should be, and a Nexus coming out on top of that round. And let's see if there's any reply here from the LowLandLions side. We see Stormy just barely missing a shot as we have Froz rushing up into that overlook area. Koje with an A there onto Future. And if I was a Nexus, I would definitely be expecting an A push, but it's not to be, as LowLandLions have got 2 players over on that B side, and Koje in mid looking towards that B area. Pushing forward though, they have got the opportunity. The bomb has actually gone towards A, so if they are planning a rotate, it is definitely possible right now. Koje taking on Zycox, cleared out another one into that A side. Of course, they know there's a second person in there waiting for him, and Koje is just peeking around wherever he can. If he does drop, he's got a teammate just behind him, will easily be able to pick up that revenge frag or be part of the +10. I see Bocco, there we go, takes out Koje, turns around, takes out Tubi, and there's the revenge frag, but it came a little bit late, as too many players had dropped to Bocco's weapon. Now we'll see Stormy taking out Froz, landing a pixel perfect shot, as it is down to Future and KZ Star to bring this one back, although Mama with a little rotate. Ono taking out Stormy. Oh, KZ Star onto Mama actually, and now it is all down to Ono. He's got to run back to go get that bomb, as it was Froz who was carrying it and dropped it on top of that statue. Picks it up, probably wanted to get a little bit of a better position, but either way did pick up the bomb. Now KZ Star gets that cross in. He does not fire a shot. He does not want to let Ono know where he is, and now Ono stares to this guy, making sure there's no death from above, but he has heard the player pushing in front of him. He's going to be moved out with his SMG, but no, KZ Star with his SMG coming up for his team. 1 versus 2, bringing it back, and that means the Nexus taking it to 6-3, and now hopefully LowLandLions are not doubting themselves at any point right now.
I'll tell you what, that's the type of 1 versus 1 that can win you finals, that can win you checks for $6,000. My money was on Ono. He had I thought he knew everything about what KZ Star was doing. And yet, KZ Star came out with the frag. Great play by him. 2 rounds in a row for the Anexis side. And now, we're in a position where the Anexis team can look towards halftime with just a glimmer of optimism. Of course, optimism can go in the time it takes Ono to throw a grenade onto Future, and he does exactly that. As a Stormy lands the blip onto Froz there, and he'll be kicking himself that he didn't finish off the frag. Ono's dropped KZ Star for vengeance on that last round, and the Nexus are down to just 3 men against the 4 of the LowLandLions here. Stormy will push out. He's got 1 right in front of him. He lands the grenade, but then he walks right into Froz. I think he was just too excited because of the frag he'd got onto cars in the car explosion. Bocco and Zyox go through. Bocco's got 1 right in front of him. Bocco waits, picks the frag off on Tubi. Excellent stuff. Leads it 2 versus 2. Oh, Bocco, yes! As he finds Froz as well. Just 1 man left standing. It's Ono, and this would mount a serious game-on moment for the Anexis side. They're on the verge of 3 rounds in a row, and Ono can't get past Psycox. Awesome stuff from Bocco with those 2 frags. And 6-4, Anexis are going to be, just praying for round after round and keep this momentum going.
And now Anexis need to stop worrying about their strats and really just, start reading the Anexis side and start adapting to their playstyle. Stormy early on takes out Ono. Zycox with a late net onto Mama, pushing front A. And, again, that's just that teamwork and that strategy. If we nade the front car, they won't be able to push up until this time, in which case we have an 8 for them. And it just works out brilliantly for Anexis. Koje taking out KZ Star. Koje has pushed up very far onto this B site, and he's going to be a little nuisance just picking at the back of Anexis' head and reminding them that he is there. and that they cannot turn away at a single point, otherwise he will bite. Pushing out towards the spawn area. He's heard the player above him. Unfortunately, he's just looking in the wrong way. Down to a 2-on-2. LowLandLions bringing this one back quite a bit. Although Kojay is still really paying a lot of attention to anyone he can find on B side. He is standing very exposed to the street, flicking left and right. Seems like he may have had a little bit too much of something, but he is very edgy at the moment. And he hears his teammate in trouble. He's going to be pushing forward. Has got an AK, has got the long-range weapon. Lands the tags onto Future. Future's taken out his teammate. Can he hit the shot? There's only one bullet in it that will kill Future, but no, Future's now had the chance to regen. And Future will finally be picked off there by Kojay. Stormy now moving around the side. He's got to go for this one-on-one. It is Kojay versus Stormy, although Kojay has got other plans in mind. He does not need to go to the bomb site where he was standing at, and he's going to go for that rotate. Stormy has spotted him. And will Stormy be able to pull this one back? Now he's going to be moving forward, seeing if he can, you know, put some pressure on that bomb site. Kojay now hearing the person move away, and he doesn't have enough time to plant. Just pushes Kojay, or forces him into a situation he doesn't want to be in, and it just seems like he couldn't handle it.
Stormy into second man on his team there, Menace. It was the clock. And he utilised that man advantage very, very well. Good play, smart play from Stormy, and that just made Ono mad as he finds the grenade frag onto Boko, who's been absolutely brilliant for the Anexis side thus far, contributing some 12 of their frags. Stormy, though, does exact his revenge before Koz's grenade drops right on Zykos' head. Chubi would have just said, there's one over by the bins, and Zykox planted it right there. Chubi ready to make the crossover towards that bomb site as the firefights continue. Ono gets his second frag of the round. Stormy goes down, and the Anexis side are going to fall here as they have just 2 men left standing up against 4. It's all on KZ Star. Ono's got 3. Chubi's got 2, I think. And no, Chubi only got 1 that round. But good round from LowLandLions to close out the half 7-5 up. But what a different story that could have been had it not been for that timeout called by Anexis.
Definitely, I mean, but just in that last run, we saw how solid that A push was. You know, they had 4 players left standing at the end of the round. It was just good, solid teamwork. And, you know, between all those kind of B pushes, you know, Kojay sort of pushing up into the mid area, trying to poke around on that B side. It just came down, like we saw in that last run, like just simple tactics. Just push the A side, keep at it going, and the nades. Wow, the nades. My word, I've never seen so many precise nades ever. But you know, if I'm guessing if you're playing for $6 you've got to know a couple of nades in the back of your head.
So here we go, Menace. Your money still with the LowLandLions side, with potentially just 1 half separating them from gold.
Definitely, I have to stick with them. You can't ever give up your support, even if they do lose. I'm still going to support them because yeah, it's just what a supporter does.
What Man United fans are probably doing right now, cheering that their team are losing.
Are we back on that football thing?
No, carry on.
Right, so we see Mama starting us off here, taking out Boko, Stormy replying there onto Froz, and it's going to take it to a 2-on-4 as Anexis really are trying to play their defense on attack. They're still sitting far back. Chubi's already pushed up all the way into their spawn. Future's in mid, kind of holding back, trying to find something. His teammates in that overlook area. Kojay with the deagle, and he's going to finish off Future. Now Stormy with the bomb in underlook, and I'm pretty sure any COD player in this world that does competitive will tell you that in this situation, there's no way coming out of it, and LowLandLions will not give him the chance and finish him off. And that's going to take it to 5-8, and they're going to keep that 3-round advantage.
Yeah, perfect start for the half for the Lions now, and they are counting the rounds down till payday, as they're 5 away from victory at the moment. And here we go with Nade being tossed out. It's going to be Frost to get himself into position. Let's see what the Anexis side have got. Future has the bomb in the cafe. He has one right behind him, helping him out, but he has been spotted and decides to dart back because... And he makes his way out towards the main road where Stormy is set up with Sniper in situ. And in fact, the Anexis side have played this one very slowly. They've committed to absolutely nothing, like the good politicians they are, and are waiting on seeing whether they can find themselves a frag, cause an opening. But what happens is if you don't find that frag and cause an opening and your opponents get it, then they'll just wither you down until you have nothing left to offer. Opening 2 frags from LowLandLions. Admittedly, both players, Chubi and Mama, who got those, have since been put down. But Ono follows up to restore the man advantage for LowLandLions with a frag onto Zycox. It's Stormy and Future left standing, and they need to work together here. Stormy is going up towards the plant shop, finds himself the frag onto Ono. Excellent stuff. Ono could have wreaked havoc from up there, but they knew exactly where he was, and whilst the clock ticks louder, we're at a 2 versus 2. Anexis with every opportunity to win this one. They've tossed their smoke down. They're going in towards B. Oh, Stormy unable to cover Future as he ran towards that bomb site and was eventually slain. Stormy now in real trouble. He has 8 seconds to find 2 frags. He didn't find the first one, and he then gets put down by Froz. 9-5 to the LowLandLions.
And they are looking stronger than ever. The real brute force of the LowLandLions team really coming out strong now, and they're going to keep the momentum going. They know exactly now how to play Anexis, and they know what to do to keep them back. Froz and Mama just showing it in true form, predicting where Anexis are going. 2 nades connecting, and when nearly half your team has gone, and you haven't even seen the enemy yet, it can only be slightly demoralizing. And Kojé takes out Boko. Future onto Chubi, the first man to get a reply, but Mama and Kojé cleaning up the battlefield. That's going to take it to 10-5 and a fight.
Yeah, well, they've got to. It's this timeout is worth its weight in gold at this moment in time, and there's absolutely every reason for them to want to see if they can do anything about it. But at this point, 5 rounds down, only 3 to go from the Lions. Can't see anything that could possibly change it for them.
I would have to agree on that one. I mean, Boko is trying his best. He's on the top of that board, but you can only have so much of a wild man with a spear trying to kill the enemy than what you need the support in there. And it just doesn't seem to be coming up from at the moment. I mean, Zycox and KZ AK's been doing well, but they need to start playing a little bit more, on the exceptional side to try and hold off the likes of Froz and Chubi. I mean, Kojé with an SMG, an absolutely devastating force, has just been allowed to basically free roam in that mid area. I mean, his experience really just coming up big and showing them how to play in that mid zone without really exposing yourself to the enemy. And Ono just getting those picks exactly when he needs it, just saving his teammates. And even if he does get one and die, it's okay, because the rest of LowLandLions know exactly what to do once a member goes down, and they know how to bring it back.
So here we go, 10-5. 3 rounds to $6,000 for the LowLandLions side, or 8 rounds to gold for Anexis. Can Anexis pull a real rabbit out of the house? Not just one of those magician's rabbits out of a hat. We're talking like 6'5" rabbit that would have to come out of the hat for the Anexis side. As Kashi makes his way through the cafe, picked off by K, and that's the start they wanted. As Ono now with his sniper goes looking for vengeance. Oh, he just de-scoped right at the chance of the frag. Zycox picks off Chubi after he had dropped Boko, who's gone alarmingly quiet as Stormy begins the bomb plant. They're a man to the good Anexis, and bomb plant on down as well. And this will be round Anexis. It leaves just Mama left standing. These timeouts of Anexis seem to work perfectly for them on their attack. They were able to pick up many subsequent rounds. So, sorry, on their defense, they were able to pick up many subsequent rounds. So, let's see whether they got their playbook in order to close this one out. The bomb will blow any minute now. Mama's dancing for frags. No, he is going to make his way in towards that site. 10 seconds left on the bomb. Surely he's not going to try and get this. And he does in 10-6. Menace, do you believe in the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and all that jazz?
I do. And now I'm guessing Anexis are going to have to believe in a whole lot more than just that to try and string these rounds together. But you know, they are coming up. They're not just relying on a couple of things to fall their way, and you know, LowLandLions are pushing out on themselves. They're making the action come to them, and they keep on applying that pressure to LowLandLions. You know, even when you're down, you shouldn't go into reserve mode and play completely differently to what you're used to. You should just keep at what you know best, and that's exactly what Anexis are doing right now. They put themselves a man in the good. They've pushed into that A side. They've got Boko here. He's going to be able to hold off most of this front A side. Although he's falling back, he's got some pressure coming in from this mid side, but right back he's gonna be you know, pushing the LowLandLions side force once again. He's not afraid to lay down some covering fire and put his life on the line here to save his team as they do go for this bomb plant. Should come out any second here.
Explosives planted.
Boko has got two people to his sides, although Chibi working together with his teammate grabs the frag. Bomb is down now. Stormy watching this front A site is going to be just watching a absolute sliver. He just wants to cover that entrance. He wants to cover no more as the rest of his team of the site. Now Mama pushing forward. It is a 3-on-3, so it's definitely possible. Mama has spotted KZ Star, who's towards the back taps area. Now Mama's going to be pushing forward. A smoke is there to allow them to take out Stormy here. They do neutralize him, you know, put him into a corner. Not able to fight back. Mama takes out. Oh no, sorry, Future takes out Mama and Chibi. Not much time left on the board. Ono's going to have to get this frag and try and get on this bomb site very quickly. No, it's not going to happen. Oh, and it's amazing what a split second can do to a team. And that's going to take Anexis that one round closer. 10-7's your scoreline. And when you don't even have to do much to win the round, you know, it's just putting Anexis in those good spirits. And they just know that the opportunity's still there for them.
I'll tell you what, Anexis are going to be absolutely in top spirits, as you say, and they're following that up with an opening grenade frag onto Mama, and another one onto Cars. It's raining frags, and Anexis are thinking of gold here at the moment. Ono and Froz are the last two standing for the LowLandLions side against 5 Anexis players. Future makes it just one Lion left standing, and he's just a cub. It's a very violent cub in the shape of Ono, but he's all on his own. His pride has comments, and I promise you, as Ono comes out fighting, picks himself the frag onto Zycox. This would be a hell of a 1 versus 5, but it wasn't to be. KZ Star put him down, and the deficit is just...
It definitely is. You know, Anexis now really in with his chance to win it. LowLandLions only need 3, and even a 2-round difference is pretty big, but it's slipping, and it's slipping quickly, and they really got to try and grab onto that edge before they fall off the cliff, and all hope is gone for LowLandLions. Now we do see a little bit of a better start. No one's falling to those early grenades, and we do see LowLandLions situating themselves very snugly into this A bomb site. Stormy picks off Kaja there as it starts. Ono onto Future for the reply. Now Stormy's going to try and pick up this bomb without being picked off here by Ono. Ono moving on to the scope. Jump, gonna see if he can catch anything crossing the road. Nades out towards that B entrance, thinking someone's pushing there. But his nocturnal instincts kick in, and he does actually catch Zycox off guard here. It's gonna bring it back to a 3-on-3. He's still gonna need his team. We do see 3 Nexus players moving into this A side very quickly. We do have Froz on this bomb. Can he do something for his team? He spots one, misses all the shots, takes out Stormy. So he takes one person before falling himself. And I don't think it's going to be enough. It's now all down to Mama. The bomb's going to be going down any second. And for an SMG and an AK to be alive, it's really going to be a struggle for Mama to move in here, as he only has a short-range weapon with him and that golden deagle. And hopefully that's not going to be the only thing shining for him this round, seeing if he can pull something out. He's going to be moving forward onto that statue. He's got the 2 players off to his left-hand side. He's got to be very careful of his decisions now. Only has 30 seconds to play around with. And even then, he doesn't want to be playing around too much. He is raid screened. He's hurting so bad. And KZ Star is going to be finishing him.
It's game on, it's anyone's business from that moment on. The LowLandLions side are desperate for a round, anything to stop the rot, anything to build a little bit of hope. As they lose the opening man, Froz is down, but look at Chubi, cometh the hour, cometh the Chubi, pushing big all the way back up towards the Anexis spawn, finds himself the first frag. He's a real thorn in the side right now as he is distracting all the Anexis players. They're like, there's a guy behind us, we don't quite know what to do about it. KZ Star is looking down towards that A-bomb site. Mama is occupying B, but it's Chuby that is a cat among the pigeons, or a lion among the pigeons, if you will. And he's got one above him in the flower shop that I'm not sure if he's aware of, but Zycox is aware of him, and Chuby's been picked off, and that annoyance is gone for the Anexis side. They can focus on trying to close this one out. They're only one man to the good, though, and let's not write LowLandLions obituaries just yet, as Ono picks up one hell of a frag onto KZ Star, and that is 3 versus 3, and potentially the turning point. The 3 of Anexis moving in towards the B site. Zycox is going to push down through the middle. He's got one right in front of him in the sniper house, got one to the right on the bomb site, and one covering A to deal with. Anexis now begin the pincer movement onto that B site. There's one man here, and he's been down. It was Mama. He didn't stand a chance. Right up against that wall. Zycox picks up frag number 2 onto Ono, and now it's all on Kaji. 1 versus 3 going over. Picks up the frag onto Boko like it's nobody's business, and now meanders through towards the opening in towards that site. Darts in towards the house, tries to draw the movement of one of the 2 players from Anexis, but they both backed all the way up towards the flowers and the entrance point towards B. They didn't see him make that move, and Kosji, for all of his darting and all of his prancing, is actually having no effect on the 2 Anexis players. Now they can see him, and now they're shooting at him, as Kosji is just wondering where is it all coming from. He's looking in the wrong direction. Perfect play from Anexis. Hats off. Absolutely hats off. And 10-10 the score. Chuby calls the timeout, and rightly so.
They're going to start putting all their heads together and really start figuring out what's going on. But I mean, if you were at one point up 5 rounds, and then it all just slipped. It all just went right down the hill, and they've lost their lead they had. And you know, they really got to keep their spirits high, keep motivated. And just make sure that nothing deters them off the fact that they are in the finals of the Corsair Vengeance Challenge. There's a lot on the line, and Nexus know it too, and each team is just bringing out the best they can right now. But unfortunately, it seems like a Nexus's best is really just shining through here in the last few rounds.
Yes.
Of course,
and you know, from an Nexus perspective, everything goes out the window. All of LowLandLions' favoritism towards this map is now null and void. Anexis, off the back of their win at the LAN this weekend, off the back of this comeback, which has been sensational to say the least, they are just looking at this as 4 rounds to pick up $6,000, and they're the favorites for it because of that momentum and just joy that's running through their veins right now.
I can only imagine what it must be like to come out of a timeout, you know, that the enemy called and you've just been winning rounds, and the next thing you lose that round. And then you lose the next round. And then you lose the next round. And you must really just, you know, must start eating away at you a little bit. And you must start, you know, start playing a lot more passively. And we saw LowLandLions, you know, react to that a little bit. They were able to claw out around from it, and they were able to fight back here and there. But in the end, Anexis just, you know, going back to that city street style. Even though they're the men down, they're playing it slow and they're picking the players off. And they're turning it back into their favor every round they get the chance. Now, of course, Chuby there in that last round we saw pushing all the way from the side. And that was actually rather effective. I mean, it didn't in his favor. But it's still something they really should look into. He was given free roam all the way to there. He pretty much saw 3 people in his sights, able to pick off 1, and then, you know, had to fall back. And, you know, if they can coordinate that, you know, with a little bit of pressure from the front A side, they can really, you know, push Anexis back to the point that, you know, they waste 30-40 seconds in that attacking side. They get put under a little bit of pressure knowing they have to move in. And then LowLandLions sit back and, well, just come walk straight into our aim and we'll clean you off.
Yep, it worked from Chuby there. It really did. You're quite correct. You're on Quad V like the British Airways cabin stewardess that I am. We do know that you have a choice in who you watch this match with, and we very much appreciate you tuning in to Menace and myself, Tosspot, bringing you this game. Follow Menace on Twitter, @Menace. Follow myself, @TheStewPot, and follow Quad V. Quad V is heading to the World Cyber Games World Finals in Korea this week. Be sure to check D-Man, Red Eye, Joe, Rotterdam, and the whole team out over in Korea this weekend upcoming. A whole lot of fun coming from them. And like the fun house that this is, we are getting back underway. Menace, 4 to go, 6K on the line for these 4 rounds. Take us away.
As you rightly state, there are 4 rounds to go. Each team needs 3 to win. And here is where it starts getting very tight for these players. where this palm starts getting a little bit sweaty and the clothing starts getting a little bit warm, and they just need to shrug it off and just play the best they can. We do see Anexis slowly pushing out towards this cafe side. They are taking it very slow though. They're playing rather passively, waiting for a couple of set nets to come out. Boko nading on towards that single palm, but there is no one to catch it as Koje does predict it and move away. He does catch Boko off guard, spots one towards the front A site, and Future quickly there onto the reply. Wow, Zycox spots Ono dropping out from the building, and Ono literally just dropping by, picks him off, takes him out, and puts LowLandLions into that man advantage. And we do see Stormy falling back to the back cafe side. It's going to be edging away on that tarpaulin as he does with the rest of his teammates. He's got to be careful. Ono is watching that way. Unfortunately, there's smoke in the way, so won't be able to do too much covering. Future takes out Shubi, and Stormy gets himself in a nice defensive position as he does watch towards the palm side. Lands the shot there onto Ono, and it's put them back into the lead once again. Stormy's got one front side. Mama needs to now fill in here too, as he needs to get some more covering fire, as Froz is just waiting to see but a pixel move. He has spotted one towards the taps, but that player won't be getting up for the rest of the round unless he really needs to. Now Froz being placed heavily under fire. Mama lands the shot there onto Stormy. KZ Star quickly in there with the reply. There's only 20 seconds left here on the clock. Froz doesn't have much time to work with, and he's got to find two players that are very well nestled in on this A-bomb side, and he shoots in any which direction he can, but unfortunately nothing connects, and that's going to put Anexis into the lead for the first time on this map. And what a time to go into the lead.
Oh, what a time, and what a textbook after plant situation there from the Anexis side. If you ever want to learn, if you're a new team, on how to handle a type of situation like that in any game, that is exactly how it's done. Mama opens up with a big grenade onto Stormy. This is a chance for LowLandLions. They lose Kozzy at the hands of KZ Star, but they've taken down Stormy, who's been a linchpin for them, and Froz helps with frag number 2 onto KZ Star. Zycox though says this isn't over, and Future won't let it be either. It's just Froz and Mama left standing now for the LowLandLions side. 3 versus 2 for Anexis, as Froz has come a long way. He's got one coming around from the corner behind him. He's just nestled up in that car, and Zycox finds him, and he was not well covered there, Froz, and that leaves Mama having to do a lot of work, and he's not going to do any of it. It's 12-10, 2 match points, Menace. Can you believe it?
I'm dumbstruck. I'm over the moon for Anexis for an absolutely stunning comeback. And on the same note, my heart has sung for the LowLandLions guys. They really need to bring this one back of overtime. They just need to claim the next 2 rounds, and they're fully capable of doing it. Although Stormy pushing out onto this B site, got to be very careful. He can do a lot of damage if LowLandLions aren't careful, and he's neutralized quickly. Although he does push onto this flower side, he does get caught off guard. Mama quickly turns around and pulls that trigger, gunning down Stormy. We do see Boko pushing forward, takes out Koje. There's now Mama taking out Zycox, and it's getting hair-raisingly tense as the Nexus are the one-man down, but they have got the chance to win it now. KZ Star pushing forward into this cafe side. There is no one in front of him on that statue area. Well, there's the one behind the bomb, and it is Froz. He's going to be waiting here to get this player. No, KZ Star takes out Froz, and it is down to 3-on-2, and Nexus have turned the tides once again. It is all on Mama. He's on this B link side. He really doesn't have a chance right now. He's so far away from the bomb side. He needs to do something massive for his team, and it just seems like he's struggling to push forward, and Future does finally take out Mama, and it's going to be 13-10, and the Nexus are going to be winning the Corsair Vengeance Challenge Finals and taking away 6. Well, are they going to be restarting that round?
They never will. They called a restart. I can't believe it. That is, I tell you what, the LowLandLions side should buy the Anexis team a hell of a lot of beers after that. So, just reading the chat, LowLandLions 4 versus 3. There's a reset, and suddenly they all lag out or have just some big spike. And by the time they come back, 2 frags have gone down in favor of the Anexis side. Anexis have won the cup. They've got $6,000 for the restart to LowLandLions. I've got to say, Menace, I don't think I'd be that nice if I were in that position.
You know what, that just really, I mean, it's just such a testament to how nice the Nexus guys are. They really just have that plain understanding of, listen, I mean, if we were in that position, it would be the one thing we hope for. And you know, it's now been given to them. They have the chance, and you know, Lowland Lions can only be grateful. And as we do see, the server has gone down. I believe they are restarting it, so we should be able to jump right back into this one and get ourselves underway at 12:10. And
But
if Lowland Lions win that round,
yeah, I mean, I can't stress that enough. They had $6,000 in their hand. They had won the competition, and they decided to be sporting, and they said, you know what, we're going to give it to you. We'll restart that round. There are not enough superlatives in the world for what just happened to the Anexis team.
so now we will be jumping right back into this one. Shouldn't take too long, and then we will be heading right back underway, guys. So bear with us as we do just take a quick little break, and we'll be right back here with quite a few with more action from the Corsair Vengeance Challenge Finals.
You were moved.
Right, guys, so we're jumping right back into this one. It seems that they have actually gone straight live and they've gone into this matchup, and we have actually got LowLandLions taking the... Correct me if I'm wrong, but we are on 12-11 then.
Correct. Oh, and we lost Quad V Menace from the game server.
Great timing.
Yeah. I'll give you audio of this final round then, or what could be the final round. It is Ono who is looking to find the frag, as he gets nowhere with it though. With 5 versus 5, perhaps if Anexis win this, it's a $6,000 round for them. That would make the score 12-11 if that last round is valid, which by all means it appears to be, as the LowLandLions side do take a little bit of damage to Mama, but they're going to try and hold on. This momentum break, everything that's just happened, has screwed Anexis royally. They should have never done this, personally, from a greedy person like I am, because their momentum's gone, and now it's going to throw everything out of whack. And they have made their way through. Kozji picks up the frag onto Stormy. This is looking good for the LowLandLions side to take us to an overtime. This is unfathomable. We'll recap what happened for you if you don't already know in just a moment. But Ono misses his sniper shot on someone out on the main road. He had a glorious opportunity. He had a second, rather harder one with that sniper again. Doesn't take it though. Bocco drops the frag onto Tubi. The clock's starting to play a bigger factor here. It's 4-on-4 as the LowLandLions have 2 players over at B. Kozji's trying to make something happen for him in the shooting into the cafe. It doesn't. Frag to frag as we're down to 3-on-3. As Mama now racing around to get behind them. The Anexis side look like they're going to clear this area out. And now Anexis have got to get that. Gonna let them, and LowLandLions are gonna take us to overtime. Unbelievable stuff here, and no chat from the players. Max rounds 3, yep, definitely overtime. So that did all count, and we are into overtime. And Nexus must be fuming right now.
It seems my Call of Duty does want to cooperate, as I have been disconnected from the server once again. So it seems along with the Nexus, I'm being plagued with just back at the moment.